I didn't eat that day. I also didn't eat today, so that's gonna help with it.
Why didn't you eat today?
I didn't like what I had for lunch. I bought something at work to eat, and I didn't like it, and I threw it out, and I was really sad.
There's nothing good at IG, really, except the chicken.
Well, no, because like I ate at like 8:30, so I was like, I'm gonna get like whatever's there. So I got naan bread and macaroni salad. But the macaroni salad tasted like shit.
Yeah, it does.
And the naan bread tasted like I don't know.
You need to heat that up.
You know like a Kraft single, how it has like that Kraft single aftertaste. The naan bread had that, and I was like, this is disgusting. I can't eat this.
Tasted cheese?
No, it just tasted like that crappy processed aftertaste you get from shitty food.
On that note, we'll start it off. I'm Adam, like usual. We got Brandon.
Hello.
And Campeau and Matt.
Hey, that's gonna be confusing.
That's gonna be
It is
confusing.
gonna be confusing.
It's alright, don't worry
No,
about
he's
it.
Campeau. I'm
I'm
Matt.
Campeau, but I'm Matt Campeau sometimes.
Matt and Campeau. That's true.
I go
His
by-
name is Matthew,
Yes, it is. But
but we call him Campeau. Alright, so since the press conferences went up, more beer. You already finished your other one?
Yeah.
I'm not a beer guy, but
I'll drink it.
I can drink.
Let me pop my beer.
I can
There you
drink.
go.
Pop them
I already
bottles.
popped my beer. I'm thirsty. I
I just don't like beer too
I had a
much.
long 5-hour workday.
Alright, like I was saying,
A long 5-hour workday.
I like beer too much. Hence the 12-pack I just bought myself.
alright, so since the press conferences happened today and yesterday, we'll go over pretty much every single note I took about those, and we'll
You took notes?
discuss.
I just took mental notes.
I
didn't write
mental
it
notes,
down.
yes, but see, the
I thought
thing
about
is,
taking notes just so I
No,
could
no.
remember it because I knew I
no,
was
see,
gonna
it doesn't
forget.
matter. No, you will not. You'll remember as I say. it.
Exactly.
That's all that needs
I
to
will
happen.
See, you
remember
taking
anything.
notes is perfect because now I'm like you're
Yeah.
gonna give me, you're gonna jog my mental
That's the
notes.
point.
Just gonna
Okay.
Ring these bells in your memory.
So, anyways, the first thing I got from this is that Microsoft always seems to be playing catch up because you never see Sony going after shit that Microsoft has, while Microsoft just always throws money at stuff Sony already has.
Well, it's
It's
Kingdom Hearts
ridiculous.
3 now. It's gonna be on both consoles.
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna be on
Kingdom
both
Hearts
consoles.
3,
Nice.
Final Fantasy, Metal Gear.
Yeah, all the PlayStation exclusives are no longer exclusive.
I'm just gonna say that Microsoft needs to like pull some serious shit to do some damage repair.
Damage
or whatever,
control.
Damage control.
I was talking about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was talking about work with. There's a guy I work with who's like a really big Microsoft guy. He's a really, well, not Microsoft, Xbox guy. Like he had an Xbox 360. He's got Gamer Story. He loves all his achievements and stuff. But he's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get a PS4. And I'm like, the way he explained it was like, it's too much at once. And I agree with him because, like, for example, if they had announced like, oh, we've gotten rid of trading games. We know it's not a big. We know it's a big deal, but we feel like the console should move in this direction. Yada yada yada. That I think people would have been less.
Just one thing, yeah.
If they did like one thing every 12 months or 8 months,
Instead of 5 things.
instead of doing 5 things right at the bat and be like, all this shit's happening to your console, deal with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think people would have.
No, it's a valid point.
I think people would have been like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't have DRM, but I mean everything's there. And then
it's like a slow kick to the nuts
exactly.
instead of like.
I think people would have been more pissed off down the road after Xbox had sold X amount of.
But no
launch
one would have
copies.
realized.
Exactly, because like for example, if you've been like, after 6 months, every 24 hours, if you don't sign into Xbox Live, yada yada, like it's not. You should sign in every 26 hours. You know what I mean? Like 6 months down the road, you're like, that's pretty bullshit. But I mean, I have an Xbox.
already have it, so it doesn't really matter.
Like,
In the end, you're shafting the customers.
but all these
Well,
problems,
they've done
you shouldn't shaft them before they've purchased it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's true.
I
Yeah,
think-
but see, if they buy it and then you shaft them, that's even worse.
Yeah,
No,
because-
but the worst part is if you think it's $100 extra price tag over the PS3,
Yeah.
PS4, and you're
That was a
shitting on
slap in
people.
the face. But we'll get to that
Yeah, but
later.
the reason why I would go for the Xbox was just because of that conference Sony had. Just the whole beginning, that first 10 minutes of whatever he was describing the system, that sold it for me.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a low ball to Xbox all the way.
Just
the
the
way
first 10
he's-
minutes, the
Oh, no,
last
the
10
middle,
minutes.
The middle 10 minutes when he started talking about the system and all these...
No, that was like the last 10 minutes.
No,
So
no,
he's
that
like,
was
it
near
doesn't
the
have the
No, yeah,
used
that was in
games.
the middle. That was
Near the middle.
That was a kick in the.
That was so
really bad.
funny. Right there, right then, that sold me.
I actually
did you
saw
see the
this
video?
thing. No,
of
no,
the
no,
trading
no.
games?
Yeah, the training
Yeah,
games. That was
that's
funny.
so good.
No, but I saw one thing. It was something that went up on Wikipedia really fast. It was Burn Centers
Yeah.
of America, and it was Sony Microsoft Entertainment. They were the Burn Center for Microsoft or whatever his employees, and it was
You know, like how
so stupid.
the design of the Xbox One is like they had a comparison with the Xbox One on top and the PS4, and on top it's just this bold.
Yeah,
The bottom says italic. So I went on Wikipedia, I'm like, italic, in entertainment, the PlayStation 4. And then I had a little like argument with the guy who's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. Do you have any valid proof? I show him the picture. It's like haha.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get to our point. The only reason I wrote that down was because the first thing that they popped up was Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm like, well, Microsoft throwing money at them, right?
But they had a Metal Gear Solid title before that.
They had, yeah, but like on the original Xbox, like way down the line. Or this is like day one, like you know how Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
like well, which one was it?
Well, they were talking
San
about the
Andreas,
launch
whatever
titles.
at the
They
time.
said they had like 15 launch titles.
They had a lot.
I'm not sure.
Because someone made a valid point though. Because someone mentioned that I don't like off topic, but someone mentioned they had 15 launch titles for Xbox. Something close to that.
I think they had more than that.
It was
It's possible they had
a
more
surprising
than that.
number. But then someone asked the question, how many of those are Connect games? Like how? Because you could pump out
Probably
a ton.
more.
You
But
could pump out a ton of Connect
At
games.
the same
really
time,
quickly.
now they have like indie online titles too. How many of those are
True.
actually released
Well, how
titles
many
too?
Connect games actually sold? Like, wow.
Don't know.
Kid,
Uh,
the
probably
kid,
none.
I think the kid
Dance
bracket
Central,
probably
maybe?
stuff like Connect, like
Exactly, but
Adventures or
nothing-
Connect Sports.
Nothing really.
All right, let's get to the news. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, so now Xbox is doing like what PlayStation Plus has been doing the entire time, offering free games now. 360, they have the World of Tanks coming out, but you need a gold membership, so it's free to play, but you still need to pay to be
Pay
online.
I'd rather just play that on the PC.
There was some random 2D platformer, very Pixar style, like stylized.
I think I know
It's
what
called
you're
Max:
talking
The Curse of the Brotherhood. Looked okay, and then there was Dark Souls 2.
Yes.
Then I said, "Hey, the guy with the two watches. You ever see that video?"
This guy with the two watches.
Yeah, there's some guy in the press conference a month ago. He came on the stage with it looked like two watches. And anyways, there was a parody video.
Right.
I just laughed and I wrote it down for no reason. So from the beginning of this trailer, this is for Rise: Son of Rome. Like just from the beginning of the trailer, I'm like, this is a God of War clone or
That's
something.
what I thought right away.
And then I'm like, nope, it's Roman, not Greek. And then it reminded me of Shadow of Rome. Do you remember
Yeah,
that game?
I like Shadow of Rome actually. Shadow of Rome was
You
fun.
remember that
Yeah,
You don't seem too fine. That was
it's
fun.
okay, Yeah.
If
It
for
was
anyone,
fun back then.
I had
Yeah.
to hunt that game down. Like I've only found it like a couple years after it was out, and I was like, I want to play this.
I beat it a long time
But this
ago.
looks like it's gonna have some issues.
It
Get boring.
looked
It looks like
like-
it get boring.
It was a third-person action game, but the combat looked like a mix between Batman and 20 times more QuickTime events.
But yeah, that's it. It's just gonna look so boring. You're gonna hit X once, and then it's gonna be a quick time event.
Yeah, you hit like 2-hit combo, and then you're QuickTiming like 3
The game is
guys.
gonna take a couple days just to beat because it's so slow
Especially all the
Apparently,
slowdown.
someone was
Yeah.
calling it like QuickTime the game or something like that.
QuickTime the game, yeah. Too much QuickTime. But yeah, I said like this is supposed to be a launch title though.
Yeah.
Rise, Son of Rome is supposed to be a launch title. But I wrote, I'm like, if this isn't a launch title, I don't think it would sell that well.
Probably not.
But that was just my opinion.
And
It
how,
looked
How long did
cool.
he say?
Well,
he
thing is-
waited for the one to actually send it out. That's
What
what he
do
was
you
saying. He was waiting for the engine from the one.
Yeah,
to make
because
a game like this. I'm
apparently-
like, really?
I don't know
You
why
can do this on the
existed.
PC pretty easily, or at PS3.
I don't know, but they always say that. It's
I've
a
always
press
developed
conference.
for Xbox.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
Go ahead.
that's actually a good point because I'm wondering which of the two would be easier to develop for.
They're all super heavy based on PC architecture now, so
Okay.
they're all going to be more or less the same to make stuff on.
So where do you think like last generation people were inclined to build for
It
the
was
360?
It was a
and
lot
then
easier
port?
for the 360.
Yeah.
But it's just because like the PS3 architecture was more complex.
Yeah.
I would
But
say.
didn't they dumb it down this with the?
Now it's
Oh.
more like PC now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing was Killer Instinct.
Yes.
Yeah. Math.
Fun times.
You actually like Killer
Yeah, I
Instinct?
love the first one.
I was never a huge
that
fan.
was the best game ever.
I know everyone likes that series, but I was never
It's
a huge
because I
fan
suck
of
at fighters, so it's
Uh.
Killer Instinct. You don't need fighting skills. Mash every button you can. As fast
I
as you
like the
can.
hype. I'm happy that Killer Instinct is finally coming out, but I mean I never played it. I've always seen all my friends always played the game. I just never had.
Yeah, my
the
cousins
Super
played it a lot,
Nintendo.
but
Never
like it
played
was a
on
Super
N64.
Nintendo game. Oh, there was an N64 one
Yeah.
too, eh?
Yeah,
But this is
that's why.
cool. You know, it reminded me a bit like Street Fighter, like the way it was presented to us. I don't know.
What, it's been 20
It looked
years now?
good.
Yeah.
It looked good, but I mean, like I said, I was never a fan. Then Microsoft pouring more money at PlayStation stuff since they're getting an Insomniac game. It looked like a free runner shooter. It was very stylized, and it kind
Yeah.
of seemed like a Left 4 Dead kind of
I
clone.
didn't see that game actually.
You didn't see that?
No.
We'll look at the trailer later, but it looked like a Left 4 Dead sort of vibe. Like
Okay.
there was a lot of like, I wouldn't say there were zombies. They were crossed between zombies, but more like the Last of Us stuff, like
Okay.
those infected fungus things.
Yeah.
They looked like that, and they were swarming these things. And then there was like the 4 archetypal people, whatever.
Yeah.
Extremely stylized graphics. You didn't really see any gameplay, but if the graphics are like what are in the trailer, then they're going to be really stylized. But like I said, it looked like a Left 4 Dead sort of free runner shooter.
Yeah, I'm surprised they would.
Is it called Right for Life?
Right for life.
Jeez.
Right 5 Life?
Right for Life.
Yeah. Next up was Forza 5. They were talking about cloud processing. So that makes me think.
About cloud.
No, not all of them, but
Most
some of them
them.
did, and I always took a note. So
And they
this
really
one said cloud
emphasized
processing,
it.
so this might be always online like
Oh.
SimCity. Just a heads up or a note. And then I was like, whatever happened to Project Gotham Racing? Like,
PGR. I think Forza overshadowed it. Like
yeah,
by,
and then they
like,
stopped coming out with
miles.
them.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Project Gotham Racing at like a first party Microsoft studio or
It
something?
was like a release title, a launch title for the
original
first
Xbox.
But
Yeah.
that game there, I was looking at it. The way it looked, I don't think it's gonna be any better. Like as a racing, they're saying the AI is supposed to be smarter. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be able to adapt to our situation, like real time, as they say. Like it's supposed to change. You see it changing as you drive. I'm like, what if there's different variables? It's not gonna
But
know
that's
what
the
to
whole
do.
thing. It needs more variable.
No,
They
I
have
know.
more variables
After
to
maybe
play
a
off
couple
of.
months, like maybe 6-7 months, it might get smart enough to be able to
Who knows?
handle race. But
Yeah.
say you got a bunch of jackasses on the internet, the entire internet.
That was one thing. It was on the
Crashing
next
into each
page.
other.
It was on the next page. When you drive, the cloud system or whatever keeps track of how you play. Okay, and it builds its AI off of the way you play, and then when you're not playing, it plays online
That's
for
what
you.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So if you,
And it gains money for you, and it gains experience for you when you're not playing. Like
That's
that's kind of
amazing.
cool, but at the same that's what
I'm
that's
saying,
what the AI is talking about.
if you got a
kinda
bunch
cool,
of
but
internet,
lazy.
if you
It's
got a bunch
lazy,
of
yeah.
internet trolls just banging into each other constantly, you can have one race.
And that's the AI.
You're
It's
gonna
just
have one
it's
race.
just-
Yeah, everybody's trying to kill you. That's gonna be so stupid.
never thought about it.
They
That's
called
pretty
it
funny.
Drivatar. They call it a Drivatar.
Is it?
I
Is that
think
what
that's
it
what they
is?
Did
called
they say
it.
that?
I think they called it a Drivatar.
Drivatar. That's
I think it'd
funny.
be kind of interesting. I mean,
Comp was
lazy.
intrigued.
It's
That's
cool.
a new thing.
Comp likes anything that makes him more lazy.
No, but like, I think it's cool if, like, for example, my car. Like, I like racing. If I were to play a racing game, is that my car could make money. So when I come back,
But you have to win.
It's true.
You have to win. If
Not
you don't
necessarily.
Win. No, I think if you
Third
don't win,
place
you
or
don't get
something.
enough.
First, second, third place. It
Yeah.
depends how many races the AI actually does for you.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Phil Harrison came out. He was talking indie stuff. So Minecraft showed up. They're gonna have Minecraft on Xbox One.
Xbox 360. Why not on one?
Yeah, they have this other. They have this other one called D4, which is supposed to be an episodic murder mystery that's
That
super
was actually pretty
associated.
good.
D4.
Yeah, D4 looked really
I
good.
can't remember who it was made by, but they said something like that. Then they had Project Spark, which is basically, it looks like a Little Big Planet clone, but in 3D instead of 2D. You can basically do all the exact same stuff, like, you know, in Little Big Planet, people made like all like calculators and like
Yeah.
No,
music, and make space invaders. You can do it with
also
all
do that
kinds
in
of stuff.
that Disney game too, to a certain extent.
Which Disney game?
The Infinite game or whatever it's coming out. It's called.
Disney Infinite?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like a Skylanders game?
No, it's like Skylanders crossed with Little Big Planet. That's why people
Oh,
are so
really?
interested in.
But this looked a lot bigger.
No,
This
I'm
did.
saying-
Yeah,
Project
this
Spark, like it looked
This
like
looked huge.
very
Large
easy.
big planet.
Very easy to make a map extremely fast.
Large,
However,
small
you just
planet.
he used voice commands. He's like make terrain or whatever, and it just made a terrain. He's like
Connect is
mountains.
stupid. I
And,
hate Connect.
yeah.
The
Anyways,
thing is, I think it's not gonna be easy with it's gonna be very like basic. You're not gonna have a bunch of stuff to do. Like they showed, you can do stuff. Like say your village, your house, all that. It's gonna be very simple. It's gonna be do this and that's it.
yeah, but see, that's the thing. That was the quick and easy
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be able to go on. Like how much more do you think you'll be able to go into detail? Like he said, all
That's
this
the
line
thing.
for the rock, right? He said for the rock, there's a bunch of line that the guy can do that's gonna be more complicated. What does he mean by that? Like
Well, yeah, but
actual
it's like Little Big
coding?
Planet. Little Big Planet had a lot of stuff
Yeah,
in
that
the
was
background.
easier to use. So.
Yeah, but this will be the same thing. It might be easier
But this
to
looks
use, but
too easy in the sense that
it
it's
depends. We don't have our hands in it.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. You
It's
don't know
all
it yet.
speculation, but I'm pretty sure they'd have it just as sophisticated as Little Big Planet was, but it's in 3D now. They showed demo videos of what people have already done. They had all kinds of different types of old school games, and someone made a piano and all kinds of random stuff. Quantum Break made an appearance, which was the Alan Wake studio.
That looked good.
Seemed like they didn't show any of the TV aspect of this, because it's supposed to be like a split between TV and video game,
What is
So
it?
not like Defiance.
it's a split between television.
Defiance
and
is
video
literally a TV show that is and a video
game.
game.
This is a video game about a TV show.
This is no. That was a video game about a TV show. This is it has the TV show in the game. It's
Oh.
like a cinematic sequence, but with live actors. Now the thing is, what they said was, depending on your choices in the game, it would actually change the way the video
Okay,
showed to you.
yeah, I saw that.
So they would probably do like 5 or 6 sequences of the same scene that would play out differently depending on your choices. At least that's what I took away from this. Anyways, it just seemed like a time game. Something exploded in the trailer, and this person was like dying basically because she was caught in the explosion. And this guy's like a time cop, I guess, or something like
I
that.
love time cops.
Lifetime cop.
Not a
Movie.
time cop in the sense that he went back in time or in the future or something like that. He literally grabbed her from the frozen time and pulled her into like
His bubble.
His
his
time
bubble. Yeah, exactly.
His
And
safety
moved her
bubble.
away from the explosion.
That's interesting. He's
Yeah.
a cop who controls time,
Yeah.
in a sense.
Something like that.
Honestly,
I don't think he has as much control as we think, though. because they said something about an accident or whatever. Either way, the
It's
graphics
time
were really good.
Honestly, I wouldn't watch a TV show. I just played for the gameplay.
No, but that's the thing. Oh, you would skip the
Yeah, I
skip
wouldn't.
the cinematics.
No, not the cinematics, but like the
No, but
actual
that's the
show.
thing. The cinematic, the TV show is part of the
Are
cinematic.
you sure? I thought
I
it was
like
going to
that.
be like it was going to show you the actual show, but like on a separate, by itself, outside of the game.
I don't think so, because then how is it catered to everyone's experience? Because
Well, I guess it'll update itself as a separate part of it. Like it'll be in the options menu or something as a video
oh, maybe
instead of actually being
like
in
a
the game.
like a
'cause they
TV
said
show that
it's-
generates.
Well, that's it. They said it's based on the TV show, so they're going to be writing the TV show or whatever. So they start it, and then
Yeah,
the game will update it as it goes.
Only time will tell.
But
A
I
lot
don't
of
think it's going to
questions.
follow his guy, the TV show. I think it's going to be everything else, the rest of the world. But yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, no, the graphics are really good. Back to that Little Big Planet thing, the Project Spark. I forgot to say they mentioned smart glass because they keep mentioning it after this. Like you're able to use like your tablet or whatever.
I didn't even know what
to-
that thing was.
It was a tablet. Anyways, to like manipulate the ground when you're like making a level or something like that. Now the thing is, do you need a Surface tablet to make that work? Because that would be a
I hope
shot
not.
in the foot.
Looks like you need to buy something else
I
to.
hope.
No, but it was a tablet. Like
Oh, it's
if
just
you have an
another
iPad or an Android, would
Oh,
that
yeah,
work?
You can use, no, I don't think so. I think it's
Or
their
you
own-
need a Surface
I
tablet.
think you need theirs.
That would be
That'd
fucking
be
shit.
dumb.
Because I don't think you could use an iPad with a Microsoft product.
Yeah.
They should allow it though. It just,
Or maybe like Samsung or.
But he looked like he had
Well,
a
no,
really specific.
is
thing there.
Skylander?
No, he
is
did. He had a Surface
Skylanders-
tablet.
Yeah.
Skylander's on 360, eh?
Yes.
Because there's Skylander apps on iPads that work in conjunction with Skylanders.
Okay.
So they must work cross-platform.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
quite possible. It would be
Crazy.
really stupid if they didn't support
Yeah.
all tablets.
because they know that. I mean, in terms of cell phone handhelds, the portable, tablets,
don't
and stuff
own
like
the
that,
market.
they're like number 3 or 4.
I don't know.
And so I guess they would allow the Apple
It'd
platform.
be dumb if they didn't because
Exactly.
they're
They're
holding
limiting
back.
themselves to so little,
It's like, oh, I have to go buy a freaking app like a
It's a
Microsoft
game.
tablet to play my game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah. After this, they got back into Killer Instinct, and they were showing the sharing. Everything automatically gets recorded by the DVR.
So does
Yeah, the PS4. Yeah. I'm not sure if you have
I
to
think
start
you need
recording. The DVR is really cool.
It's on Twitch instead of
Yeah.
Ustream.
Yes, it's Twitch instead of
which is
Ustream.
good.
Because Twitch is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Twitch.
I
I
like
love Twitch.
too.
Yeah, so that's on Xbox One, and Ustream is on PS4. Now the thing is,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
It doesn't really
it's a
matter.
work you can work around.
Anyways, so they're playing a game of Killer Instinct or whatever, but I hate stupid conference smack talk. It's so fake.
Oh, that was
And-
so bad.
I
It's
laughed
really
so
bad.
bad.
I was like,
laughed so hard.
Actually, that's sorry. I just thought about the Ustream Twitch thing.
what?
You could have a screen capture device on your laptop, stream everything to Ustream, and then stream it from Ustream to Twitch.
Why?
Because you want to use
Just
Twitch.
because-
and
I know,
Ustream.
but-
Because
So-
Twitch has a better
I
has a
know,
bigger
it's-
fan base, but you would get ad revenue from both.
Yeah, but it depends how many PS4s. It depends how many
Win-win.
PS4s are
Yeah.
sold, and Ustream might gain a lot of popularity with that.
Well, no, people can still watch Ustream now
Yeah, of course.
as we speak.
But you're saying Twitch is a higher fan base, right?
Yes, but we could. I'm talking about capitalizing on both because I'm still streaming on Ustream. I still have ad revenue from Ustream, and I have ad revenue from Twitch.
Oh my god.
I'm streaming on both.
Good
This
idea,
is
combo.
genius.
So yeah, the sharing
Erase that
stuff.
from the video.
Oh, we got
Yeah,
time
don't
That's
put that timestamp.
It's
It's the 11th.
of
It's the 11th of June,
That is our idea.
2013. It's my idea.
Copywritten.
I timestamp every good idea I have.
10:47.
So if anyone ever steals it, I'm like,
Keep doing it.
timestamped.
All right.
Last
I
podcast.
do it every podcast.
Anyways, so the sharing editing thing was really cool, or at least it was very
Well,
quick.
that upload button on the PS4, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, no, that's good. But this was they had editing software in the Xbox
Oh, wow, that's
One where
even
they
better.
could. Well, it looked like they could just clip
Yeah, that's true, probably.
the video and then upload that right away.
I don't know if you can reload audio over it, or else your clipping's gonna be awkward. It's like
Yeah.
mid-conversation, you're like,
Well, no,
No, it did the audio from the game, not them
Yeah.
talking.
but you could talk.
you
They
could-
were
you
talking
could
to
do
each
it.
other. Yeah,
you
no,
can talk.
yeah, you
if
add
it was
that.
a multiplayer game, you
You
could
add
talk
commentary.
choose
Oh, you can add comment.
You
Okay,
add
fair enough.
commentary.
afterwards, or use whatever was already recorded.
Yeah, because he just took a clip of it where he was killing her, and you didn't hear any of the talking. It was just the sound from in game.
Okay, fair enough.
There's no more Microsoft points. It's
Money.
real money now.
Yeah, it's like money where
Wow.
you live, and then the difference between U.S. and the Europe was the exact same. There was no difference.
It's funny
Which
because
makes no sense because like
it's more
Yeah.
expensive for an Xbox in Europe.
Yeah.
It's
it gets shafted hardcore.
That always
like
happens.
$799 for an Xbox.
No, it's not that much.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
a lot more.
it's actually it might be more. Actually, I might be misquoting.
Well, then no, they brought it back down. The price is the same for the euros, but the pound is less.
I know that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was worth like double.
After that, Pounds Dragoon. There's a spiritual successor to that. It's Crimson Dragon.
Is that the one
okay.
that didn't have any audio on the video?
Yeah, there was no audio there. They fucked.
Fantastic.
Like with the Battlefield 4
Oh, that was
thing, that was
funny.
bad.
That was hilarious.
I felt so bad for those guys.
Everybody booed.
I felt so bad for those guys.
No, they
Did
deserve
you see it?
No, I didn't see that part.
They were on stage
I was
and
watching
their
the
demo
Xbox
wasn't
conference
going.
on or off.
No, it started, but then it just cut.
Yeah.
So he stopped and he was ready to walk off stage. And everyone was laughing at him. Everyone was making fun of him. He's like, nice t-shirt. He's
Bad.
wearing a black t-shirt.
Nice t-shirt. It is a nice
Someone
t-shirt.
said that. I'm like, wow, the poor guy.
They showed Dead Rising
Fucking
3 after that.
Battlefield.
Oh, I saw that. Dead Rising 3 looked
Dead Rising
amazing.
3, yeah. No more confined small space like
I
a
did.
mall or whatever. You're in a city now.
Yeah, that's one thing I
And
didn't
the,
like
you
about
didn't
all the
like that?
games. No, about all the games to bring it out, all free roam. Every game they're releasing is pretty much a free roam.
Yeah, but everyone likes free roam.
I know, but it just gets to a certain point where it's gonna
There's
be.
so many free
But
roam
it,
games.
it also depends. Like if you're thinking generalization, yes. But like if you look at the franchises, like 1 and 2, you're kind of like always in that one little
Yeah.
area. And I mean, Dead Rising 2 was a little bit better because you had like all of like a Las Vegas Strip
Yeah.
type style. But Dead Rising 3, the fact that it's free roam is going to be awesome because that means hopefully there's going to be a shit ton more weapons in general.
But the way they showed it, you can tell it was so scripted that their
Yeah.
trailer. I'm like, none of this is ever gonna happen as well as it
Dead
happened for
Rising.
him. Yeah, I'm like, there's no way this is gonna happen. Like
Well, I
this.
mean,
It's gonna be a lot more chaotic, and you're gonna
Yeah.
die a lot more.
when I used to play Dead Rising, I used to try and like do cool like
Yeah, invent new
'cause, like,
items.
oh, but also like when you get kind of bored with it, you're like, okay, I'm gonna try and grab this weapon, throw it, try and like create insane combos to see if I can pull them off.
No, it looked cool. You can combine weapons anywhere now. You don't need that workbench.
That's actually
He does it on the fly, which kind of seems funny.
Yeah.
Pulls the duct tape out of his
Well, you
ass.
should because that's all you're doing in the game. You're like duct tape.
But he didn't have a big bag. He didn't have any bag.
It's true.
He's got
Well,
a link
it
bag.
depends what you're wearing.
He's got the link bag.
Yep.
Infinite satchel.
And more smart glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
For, like,
I'm
airstrikes
gonna buy it
or
on
something?
PS4.
That was
so it doesn't
stupid.
really
How did you
matter.
call
Yes,
it
for
airstrike?
Dead Rising's not for.
Yeah, it is.
It's always.
Dead Rising 2 was on PS3.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That's
on
why I
the-
played it.
Huh.
I can lend it to you. It's
I
a
didn't
really
even
fun
know that.
game.
I thought it was all exclusive.
Which begs
It's
the
exclusive
question.
now.
Dead Rising. Oh, it went back
Dead
to
Rising
exclusive?
3
It's
is
exclusive now,
Oh,
but
that's
like,
okay.
Are you sure?
I
that
think
bugs me
so.
out.
I think he said.
I don't think they said
like
anything.
almost every video they showed was all exclusive.
Really?
Not all of them.
That bugs
Most
me
of
out
them.
because I was excited for that game.
Letting everyone know here, I know that Microsoft had paid third-party developers to not show or not even talk about their their games being on Sony's on PlayStation 4.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
so
but
it might
if they're at a conference, they never talk about the other system. That's a given. After that was Project Red, so The Witcher 3. Open worlds, like more smart glass, non-linear, 100 plus hours or whatever. Then Battlefield 4 came out with its sound problems, like Panzer Dragoon had. I miss Bad Company though. I fucking love Bad Company.
Yeah, but the gameplay in the Battlefield games are fun. Like the multiplayer is still fun.
Yeah, no, of course. This one looked sick though. We'll
Yeah.
get into that afterwards with the EA conference or whatever. But in this, they showed a lot of the single player. One of the guys sounded like Dr. Girlfriend though, from the Venture
One of the
Brothers.
guys?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was hilarious. I started laughing
Wait,
so
By
hard.
Dr. Girlfriend, you mean?
Dr. Girlfriend. That's
Yeah,
Miss-
Xbox,
Dr.
Xbox
Mrs.
One
the Monarch.
exclusive for
Dead
Dead
Rising
Rising.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, that bugs
That's
me out.
unfortunate.
For those who don't watch Dr.
Luckily for
Girlfriend.
me, that was like one game. Well, because like as of right now, I thought the Fable 1 remake was gonna be Xbox One exclusive as well. So I was like, I'm gonna have to buy that for one game.
Fable 1 remake?
Yeah, they're remaking Fable 1 HD.
Oh, really?
It wasn't announced at E3. It was announced like a little bit earlier.
I thought they were gonna make another one.
No, they're
The
making
franchise.
Fable 1 HD remake for Xbox 360, which I own. So
that's
I'm not so screwed.
You're not so sweet.
But now I might have to buy an Xbox One
I
for
like the
Dead
first
Rising
Fable.
3.
I had it on PC.
They're remaking it HD.
Oh, but before you get
Uh-oh.
too far away from
But Xbox.
Witcher, like we were talking
Yeah, it's true. Sorry.
the later day, how the world is so big, right? It's free
The
roaming, but
later
it's
day?
empty,
Oh.
right? You remember how like the castle
Yes,
is completely.
Witcher 1.
That's what I'm worried about. All these free roaming games going to
Being
become.
empty.
They're just going to be empty.
But see, that's
But-
the thing with the better technology now. They'll be
Yeah,
able
they
to
can add
populate
more,
the
but
world.
like, what are you going to do in half this? Like in Dead Rising, you're literally going to have a gigantic city to run around in with tons of zombies.
That's
That's-
crazy.
that's
What are you going
That's
to do in
crazy.
yeah, no, but what are you going to do in half of the
Kill the
city?
zombie.
Say you don't have to go everywhere in the city. Are you really going to go out of
They're
your way?
gonna have to go everywhere in the city. They're gonna
No,
do
but
stuff
it's
to
gonna
make
be.
you
It's
go
gonna,
places.
but here's the issue, and you're not thinking like.
But
you're
it's
not-
like Assassin's Creed, right?
But you're not thinking as if like, okay, I have to go to like shop A
Well,
and
obviously,
shop B.
obviously,
But
you're
like,
gonna
it's
have
gonna be like,
spaces.
for example, you start here and you have to go like here, and you have to go through the shit to get to your destinations. A lot of destinations are gonna be far out, and the way Dead Rising works is time limit, so it's gonna be crazy
But
to
there's
think.
a car.
Yeah, but think about it like this.
Car.
You're- the car-
Indestructible car. Almost.
Yeah, but it depends. The car in Dead Rising 2 was not indestructible, which made it fun because you drive around, and then when you're about to die, you'd aim for the largest clump of zombies, and you're saying your
Yeah.
flaming car explosion wreck.
Now the way they show this, it was crashing through everything. It looked like everything was destructible. in
Yeah,
this
but
game.
it was for a demo.
I know,
like,
but just
for all
like
they know,
everything was destructible. I'm like, this car's invincible. He only stopped because he
It's
ran into a dead
reinforced.
end.
it's reinforced.
But it's slow. It was cool
he
because
fortunately got in the best
Yeah.
car he could.
It was
No.
a sub.
it was a sports car.
Volvo, man, steel bullets.
No, but subs are like the
No,
best
Buick.
cars.
It's a Buick.
Buick.
The boat.
No, but it was pretty cool because when he got into a big crowd of zombies, it actually slowed down, and they actually tried to pull him out.
I watched it, but I didn't look at like story stuff or if they mentioned like
No,
what's going on.
It
in
just
the
looks
world.
like all these games, they're all free roaming now. It
Well,
just looks
because-
like a lot of empty space, like in what's it called, Assassin's Creed,
yeah.
the newest one, that forested area. How much did you
I
explore?
didn't play Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay,
Actually.
well, how
I
much?
own it, but I haven't played
Honestly,
it.
how much of that forested area did anyone
I didn't
go
play
through?
it.
I honestly didn't go through anything of it.
Well, the thing,
Unless
Story
you're
based.
hunting animals.
No, even then you don't need to.
I love hunting animals in games.
You
It's
got-
so weird.
If I
It's
want
like
to
a
hunt
weird.
animals,
Red Dead Redemption.
I have so much
Yeah.
fun hunting
Yeah,
animals
that's
in
why
video
it's so
games.
better.
I don't think I would ever want to hunt in real life, but like it's just
My
crazy. Like
old boss used to go deer hunting with a crossbow.
that's what
Not
I
a
would do.
cross. Not no.
A
it's
bow
not
and
a
arrow.
normal bow.
That's amazing.
Not a crossbow. No.
If I do hunting, that's how I do it.
that's badass.
He's
Because
badass.
if I'm gonna kill an animal, I want it to be like
Well,
badass as possible.
Use a knife. Just go sneak up on it
Well,
and try to
like-
kill it.
I'm a pretty big guy. Deers are fast. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
but
tackle
look,
a deer to the
Assassin's
ground.
Creed, man.
Brock Sampson.
Jumping from
Brock
trees.
Sanson.
Jumping from trees. Just dive on top of it and get it.
If I as soon as I learn how to climb and traverse treescapes.
All right. Back on topic. They talked a couple more indie games. You know that sword and sorcery game? The
one for iPad?
Yeah, the like really stylized, like
Yeah, I like
pixel art one. They're coming out with a game. It's called Below. It's supposed to be, I guess, exclusive. I'm not really sure.
Brandon.
it's a blowjob
It's
game.
a hard job.
Hard
Don't get
job.
blow. Yeah.
Or is
There was
it,
a
is
movie
it a game
called
about
Blow.
cocaine?
What's that? What's that game with that girl who like had you collected monkeys and she was like she had guns?
What are you talking about?
Monkeys and
Remember that
guns.
game? Oh, it was a shitty game that they came. Oh, off topic.
You think about it. Come back to you later.
I'm gonna
Anyways,
look
there's
that
a-
up just because.
There's a new
It was an
IP.
achievement.
I'm gonna get some funny porn on it.
clanging monkeys. It was like an achievement.
Anyways, there's a new IP by some studio called Black Tusk. I'm not really sure what they are. It was a spy game that showed a really short teaser trailer. It kind of looked like Mission Impossible. Enough of that. The next was this. When I see this trailer, I'm like, this looks like Journey. It's just sand everywhere.
Yeah.
The character that just shows up is wearing a really dark like rag over himself. Whatever. It's
No,
just-
I technically knew what that was before because I saw some people talking about it.
Ah,
beforehand.
okay. Anyways, I'm like, oh look, a mech showed up. The graphics are really good, and I'm like, oh look, it's just Halo.
I was so mad about that because Master Chief
Why?
he wears space armor.
Yeah,
Why the
that's
fuck does he need a cloak?
That's what I was saying. I was saying the exact same thing too.
He wears armor.
Yeah, but he's green.
Yeah, but
in
he
the
was-
sand.
He wears armor that literally can survive a crash landing from orbit.
But he's got to be
But sand-
calm.
I'm cold.
No, it's not the sand's gonna get in his joints.
It's
can't
cold
move.
in the desert.
He's got a camo. He's got a
I
camo.
It
was
really
so-
pissed me off.
I was like, why?
It's like they wanted to make fun of Journey. It's like, oh yeah, I'm on this like long ass journey.
Ridiculous. I was like, that's the dumbest thing they could
No,
have put him
he's
in.
camouflaged.
It would have been cooler if his helmet and his armor was all beat up
It
and like
would've-
he was
his
like
mask
showing.
was.
Yeah, but if there was like cracks and like it looked like he was like actually had to use the tarp for something, that would have been cool. But he takes. I'm just like, oh, he's just wearing armor.
It would have been cooler if it was Yoda. Let's be honest.
Pulls out a lightsaber.
It would have been
Cuts
much
it back
better.
at the knees.
Well, they do. They're coming out with a new one.
Well, there you go.
Alright. So they brought up the TV show also. Anyways, this will be out next year.
Everything's coming out next year only.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff coming out next
Yeah,
year.
2014.
At this point,
2014 is last year's November.
so at this point they said they were going to release in November, and it's going to be $500.
Everything's in November.
Yeah. The last thing they showed was Titanfall. That looked pretty sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks
I
good.
remember that.
It's made by old Call of Duty devs, I guess, so it looked a lot like Call of Duty when I saw it, but it has fucking sick-ass mechs. They're like half Gundams. They weren't huge, but they
Yeah.
weren't small.
Well, look, I don't really like mechs, but this one looked actually pretty solid.
It
for
looked
a mech.
really
Like,
solid.
I don't like mech games to
But
begin
why?
with.
I
I don't
love
know. I
mech
just don't
games.
like mech games. But the
Were
fact that
they-
you can jump out of it and it pulls you into it every
Yeah, that
time.
was cool.
When you say huge, do you mean like they were very tall?
Yeah, they're
or
very
they
tall.
Or they had much girth to them?
No, they were tall.
Girth.
Yeah.
What do you mean by girth, Brad?
Robo-
I'm just asking, man.
Was it a Robo Chode?
It looked like a pretty solid mech.
And it looked cool.
Just because you can get out of it.
Yeah,
That
there
was
was
the best part.
Yeah, it was
And
cool.
his auto
The
attacks-
eject was sick. He ejected and was flying up into the air and landed on another mech, opened up the back port and started shooting
but-
inside of it.
You know what's funny? When the other guy ejected and he killed the guy midair.
Yeah, that was
That
cool.
was funny.
Yeah, but he was in a mech too, so he
Yeah.
just kind of blew him up. It looked cool. There was more cloud computing, so I'm thinking always online, which would kind of suck. And the last thing was they
Cloud.
said shipping exclusive. Okay, Now that would make me believe, since they didn't say only exclusive, they said shipping exclusive. That could be key words to saying that it would come to other stuff eventually.
Yeah, probably.
And from my understanding, that's not necessarily true.
You would say Xbox exclusive. It was an Xbox.
No, I think
They
it's
said-
gonna release
they said shipping
on the Xbox
exclusive.
That's the
One.
thing. I think they
Yeah.
would say exclusive. It was. Oh, it was only. I think they would like capitalize on that.
But since it's being published by EA, I would think that it would eventually come out for
It
something
has
else.
to. EA does that.
But
EA
apparently,
doesn't do really-
apparently, according to analysts, they paid like $50 million for that to be exclusive to the Xbox One.
Wow.
Like I was saying, like they had paid people like
No, but
third-party
that was-
developers.
yeah.
Well, because
of
they
course,
realized they
of
shot
course they're
themselves in the
paying.
They're
foot. So they're
paying
gonna try and do
third-party
everything they can.
developers to like at their booths not even mention Sony. Because I know
Well,
like, they know they fucked
They're
up.
never gonna mention Sony in another press conference.
No,
Just
but
like
I mean-
Sony would never mention Xbox. Sorry.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying Konami has a booth just for
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid in general, not
Oh.
Xbox's booth or the booth for just Konami.
Oh yeah.
Saying, "Hey, this is Metal Gear Solid 5. Check it out." Is like, "This is Metal Gear Solid 5 coming out for Xbox. Check it out."
It's like, and they're paid. Microsoft paid them
Okay,
money
okay.
What
not
that
to say
is?
Sony,
That's
not even to
fucked
say
up.
the word Sony.
You know what that is? That's good advertising. Man.
No, it's them
It's good marketing.
doing damage control.
Damage control. Yeah.
But it's a
Well,
bad way
because
of
they shot
doing it.
themselves in the foot like
Oh, yeah.
assholes.
They
fucked
could have
over.
done damage control in a much better way.
I
But
don't-
anyways,
I
it
feel
doesn't
bad
matter.
because I'm really happy. Not that I really give a shit for console wars, but like Xbox fans are usually more in your face about how good the Xbox is than PlayStation fans
Till
are.
now.
In general, Xbox fans are always like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking Xbox." We play PlayStation, and then now it's kind of just like, "Hey, how's the Xbox going?" My PlayStation's doing fine.
Nice shirt.
Nice shirt, asshole.
All right.
Fucking
Enough of the.
It looks
making
like
fun.
Microsoft pulled a Sony from the last
Couple,
generation.
yeah, like 5-6 years ago when Sony fucking ate shit.
Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
Ridge Racer.
Putting all their money in that. Anyways, that was that for the Microsoft press conference. We'll go on to the EA one now. They started off with PopCap Games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Making Plants vs Zombies 2.
Yeah,
Plants
that
vs.
looks
Zombies.
good.
Oh, God.
No. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is still going to come out for mobile. It's going to be a tower defense game. There's Plants vs. Zombies shooter. It's called Garden Warfare.
That looks fucking good.
It just basically looks like a multiplayer horde game. Like, I don't know, there's
Nice.
probably more.
Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah,
I
probably
probably misread that then when I was looking at stuff.
I want to be the blue flower.
The sound effects were awful, though.
Watermelon on shirt.
The sound effects were god awful. I hope they work on them because they were really annoying. That's the comment I have. The game looked fun, but the sound effects were awful, and I hope they work
I
on
just hope they
them.
don't pull a zombie U and then change everything right before it's like launched. That
It's not-
sucked.
It's not even
Plants vs. Zombie U.
Well, no, because Zombie U when they first showed it and when they did the conference was like this cool thing where you were a reporter and you were reporting on the violence. Like you had a camera in one hand and a
So it's
gun in
Dead
the other.
Rising?
No, it was basically something like you had the Wii U tablet was your video camera and your Wiimote was your gun.
Okay.
So you had to balance between accurately shooting with your gun and recording what was happening in front of you.
I
Duct
never
tape
saw
the
any
two
of that.
together.
Well, it was cool because like the whole idea was like you have to kind of like manage both because your high score for leaderboards was all based on your recording, but if you died, you would lose everything. It was basically a leaderboard game, but you had to manage the two.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be kind of cool to see like how high or how low someone could
I
get
don't
without
remember that at all.
exploits.
Just cheat, get a second person to hold it.
Well, that's the thing. That's what, like without exploiting, how like actual legit runs would be kind of
Oh,
cool.
fuck
to see
that without
like
exploiting. I exploit every game I can possibly.
After they showed the horde mode like multiplayer for this Plants vs. Zombie game, they said Pengle 2 or whatever, Pengel, whatever.
Peggle?
2?
I love
Yeah,
Peggle.
Peggle 2, man.
Pendulum.
PopCap games are like the best games ever because they're mom games, but are fun for everybody.
I love
It
Peggle.
was
It's so
super
good.
casual so far. Anyways, after that, then DICE came out, right? Star Wars Battlefront. You see that?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that game. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
I'm so psyched.
It's gonna be sweet.
Hopefully they don't cancel it again.
No, DICE is control of it. EA should just be called DICE. Like,
EA should be
they make
called,
all
we
their
just
good
make
games.
other companies make games for us. Don't worry anymore.
I just hope it's gonna be good.
Then they showed Need for Speed Rivals. I was hoping for Burnout, unfortunately. And they're making a Need for Speed movie, apparently.
A movie?
You mean
Yeah,
Fast and
movie.
Furious?
Yeah, Fast and Furious, yeah.
Like the original Fast and Furious.
And it was like,
Fast
what
and
was with the
Furious.
cars on stage? This is the second conference with a car on stage.
Yeah,
Shit,
the
makes
Furo-
it
Like the Forza 5
Hey,
brought
that
out
was
the
a nice
McLaren.
car. That was a
It's a
fucking nice
McLaren.
car.
It
Fuck
was a
yeah,
Is
McLaren,
it two
nice.
ever? I'm like, that's one there.
There's only
There's only one more.
Yeah, there's only two.
Wow.
No, I'm pretty sure there's more than
No,
that.
he was saying that the newest
the
McLaren, there was
newest?
only two of them ever made. That's
This is
one.
one.
Where's the other one? McLaren guys got it.
McLaren.
You fucking,
Mr. McLaren.
you break that car, they're fucked.
Alright, anyways. After that, they showed Dragon Age Inquisition, sorry.
I hate Dragon Age, so.
Yeah, I
I've
never
never
played
played
that
Dragon
much.
Age. I probably
It was-
never will.
That's supposed to come out fall 2014. Then EA Sports, new engine. They showed a bunch of sports games.
Sports.
And then they brought out the UFC guys or whatever, and I thought the guy that came out was the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy, and I was really excited, and then I'm like, oh no, it's just the announcer for UFC, I don't really care anymore.
It's his their family
Let's
members.
get ready to.
It's like his brother or something, or his dad.
I have no
They're
clue.
related.
Really?
What was that?
I forget what it is exactly.
That guy apparently got paid $1 million every time he said that,
Yeah, he got. They both did.
$1 million?
just for saying it once.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Because he's on center stage at a prize fight. He got paid $1 million.
Yeah,
No,
they
what's
both
crazy
did
about that
They
too is
both
that
get paid a lot.
you can't say that on television without paying royalties, like a
To that
ton
guy,
of
yeah.
royalties. Like they always say like similar things, but no one will ever say "Let's get ready to rumble" in the way it's like "Let's get ready to rumble." Like so, like they'll change
It
it.
reminds
like,
me of that
Let's
movie.
get ready to rumble.
That's that wrestling movie.
Which one, the wrestling movie?
The old
one?
one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Rocky. Yeah, yeah.
No.
No, the one with Sting
with
showed up.
Rocky,
in that
yeah.
yeah, it's a joke out of
The
it.
boxing
What was it
Rocky.
called?
was
No,
the
no, no.
wrestling
Shut up.
movie.
It's not Rocky.
The wrestler.
Stop being an asshole.
No,
What was it?
had
I think
Sting
it's
showed
Ready to
up at the
Rumble or
end.
Yeah,
something like
the
that.
movie
Yeah,
with
it's called Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
the movie with
That was fucking hilarious.
Rumble in
David,
the Bronx.
David Arnett and
David David Arquette. No,
Arquette,
David
sorry.
Arnett's.
Yeah, no, they're like related or something.
We used to watch that
That's why
movie in
they sound
slow
the
motion.
that movie's
Same.
fucking hilarious. Yeah. No, only slow motion when the guy gets kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, but it was amazing.
That was fucking hilarious. I love that movie. Anyways, now Battlefield 4 comes up. This was sick, okay? So, I was assuming it was PC or whatever, but they're all running on dev kits. So some were playing keyboard and mouse, some were playing controllers.
That was-
Now, impressive size to the map. I'm saying, like, the draw distance was insane. And people were going into skyscrapers and taking elevators to top floors. And people were taking helicopters to meet them on the top floor.
Elevator
And then
the
people were taking tanks and shooting the fucking skyscraper until it collapsed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That
It was
badass.
insane.
They're trying to outdo what they did in Battlefield 3, which is only going to be impressive.
This brings me to my point where I saw that scene where they're playing on controllers and on supposedly dev kits.
No, they're all playing on dev kits.
But I saw people playing. Okay, I guess controllers.
Some of them are using because it's just a dev kit. They plugged it in. Some used keyboard and mouse. Some used
I thought that people were playing like cross Xbox,
No.
no.
like PC,
No, that's
I
not
think so.
cross-platform.
which would have been awesome. I've always wanted that to happen eventually.
No, it's just hard for the infrastructure. I'm not really
No, but
sure about the
Considering the
technical
fact
spots.
that it's a Microsoft, you're running on Windows and you're also running on another Windows
Also, the
Microsoft
issue
product.
with cross-platform gaming is
People
Xbox.
I think the competitiveness.
And
of
you know,
it.
a competitiveness. A person on the keyboard and mouse will always be better than the person with the controller.
Yeah.
Well, some would argue.
necessarily.
Some would argue.
I can give you a perfect example. Snipers. There's no competition.
Well, because of the sensitivity. you
A
can
sniper.
find
A sniper.
Yeah.
When I play shooters on my PC, I literally have two buttons that raise and lower my sensitivity to the two things I've set them to.
Yeah.
So literally, I go sniper scope up, sensitivity down, sniper scope
That's the
down.
thing.
That's what I liked about
For-
the Battlefield, though. When he switched the scopes, they're attached to the gun.
yeah,
So they use iron sights right away or back to the scope.
that's cool.
Well,
That was cool.
Another thing that's cool about is like I used to play Battlefield 3 with my dad and my two uncles because we all played at the same time, and the stuff you can do in that game is insane. Like, you can do like you can actually like if someone knows how to fly a helicopter properly, you can like fly your helicopter, land it, drop them off, and then start doing
I see
strafing
that.
runs.
Someone landed a helicopter. I'm like, how'd they do that?
Well, look, I play with we
touches
play,
something,
like a
explodes.
4-man squad, and we're like we do like strafing runs, land, drop, and in this game it's like to the umpth degree in Battlefield
Yeah.
4. It's gonna be
Now,
amazing.
see, what happened was there was a tank. And they're like, "Oh, 1 sec." They go back into the basement. They blow up a fucking like support beam, and the fucking road caves in, and the tank is just in the hole. And then they just put C4 on and explode it.
I
Like,
can't wait for that game.
it looked
I'm
ridiculous.
so excited.
It looked really, really cool. And then the commander mode or whatever.
And the best part is like
Calling
they're
airstrikes
doing
and
like
stuff.
what they're doing what Call of Duty do. We're like, oh, game every year, but it's a quality game every
Yeah,
year.
it's
It's
not
not
the
a
same
fucking
thing.
shitty game. It's like 10 of the same recycled
It's like the
maps.
same
But you
exact
think
thing.
every building's going to be able to be completely destructible?
In
'Cause of-
Battlefield 3, there.
It's always been like that.
Yeah?
Every
Like,
building in
completely-
Battlefield 3 you
Always
can
been
blow
like
up.
that.
Okay. Because I
Well,
got
now they're just
tired of
skyscrapers.
those first-person shooters.
Well, so that's
After Modern Warfare.
because that's what the best part is. Because Modern Warfare, like one guy with a fucking sniper can run around.
Yeah, that
and,
was fun though.
and like
We had
quick
sniper matches.
and quick scope everybody and kill
Yeah.
them within
Fucking
like.
360 quick scope.
But like the thing is like no one you can't
Add
do
the
that. You
dubstep.
can't do that in fucking Battlefield. You can't run around a map and just run in circles because you know the spawn patterns and kill everyone before they do anything. Because in Battlefield 4, if you're doing that, some guys will be like. One shot you and you're gonna be fucking dead.
And I like the whole the fact that there's gravity taken into
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, that-
Your bullet drop is awesome. Because you
I love like killing
Once you
someone.
learn-
Any game with bullet drop.
once you learn bullet drop, you feel so satisfied.
Yeah,
Sniper
exactly.
Elite.
It's like I know
I
how
think it's
gravity
okay.
works.
Fucking fun.
I
Sniper
want to
Elite.
get the Nazi zombie mod game
Why?
because it's like it's Sniper
just
Elite.
Horde.
It's
Yeah,
Sniper Elite
with
with 3 other
Horde.
people.
It's good.
I think I might buy the single player one and play it because everyone kind of seems stale.
I
on
would
it.
play it with you.
I'm ready for the Steam sale though because the Steam
Yeah,
sale's gonna
same.
come.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
gotta
sure.
wait.
All right, so after that was Mirror's Edge 2.
It looks fucking awesome.
And
Yeah.
after that, I wrote EA should just be called DICE.
Well, Dice makes good games.
And then they showed no hockey. Fuckers. Motherfuckers.
Okay, it's America.
Only you care.
America.
America.
They showed all the other sports.
They could show Matt.
soccer. They didn't show hockey.
What's his face from Adam? What's his face from Sony? It's like, I'm sorry to all you LA Kings fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Because they're in LA.
because they lost. It's like, oh, the championship.
Yeah. Anyways, after that, so that was it for EA. Now we're on to Ubisoft. So they showed Rocksmith first. Like anyone really cares that much.
I want to Watch Dogs so bad.
What? Why would you? Never mind.
What?
I'm sorry. They're talking about guitar games now.
Yeah.
Rocksmith.
No, but this one you plug in
Yeah, but
an actual
still,
guitar.
it's an
I know.
It's supposed
I
to
know.
help you learn how to actually play
I know
guitar.
that.
I keep meaning
But
to
still.
buy Rocksmith, but then I realize I have to restring my guitar, and that seems like an extra step I don't want.
I don't like any of those games.
I liked Rock Band
Okay,
stuff.
no, I
Those
hate
were
all
fun.
these games.
No,
all fucking
But they're
bullshit.
gone. They've gone the way of skating games. There's never gonna be another rhythm game because the skating games are. Every game has like a genre that's awesome and like is there for a while, and then kind of like no
That's
one
off.
cares.
No one
Like,
makes
like,
anymore.
like there's gonna be no more. There's gonna be not gonna be another Rock Band style game. There hasn't been.
There
a
might
Tony
be
Hawk
eventually.
Style,
No.
but there hasn't been a Tony Hawk style game for how long now? Last one I remember playing was Skate 3.
Skate 3, yeah.
And that's it. There's no more skate games.
Skeet.
Same thing for fucking Rock Band. Like when's
Yeah.
Rock Band 2, Rock Band 3 came out
There's
in
a
like
Rock Band
2010,
3?
and
forgot
no
about
one
that.
knows about it. It
Yeah,
had
I
a
knew.
guitar.
I didn't even know there was a Rock Band 2.
Rock Band 2 was actually pretty good.
I think
I
it
don't
died
care.
out.
Yeah, if you don't, it depends.
Stupid.
If you don't like rhythm
Yeah.
games, it's up
It
to
died
you.
out with DJ Hero, I think.
DJ,
Hero.
no, well,
Hero.
DJ Hero came out before Rock Band 3 actually.
Did it? Oh,
Yeah, Rock Band 3 had the keytar, and I was like, oh yeah, a keytar.
Wasn't there DJ Hero
That
2?
looked fucking
Super
funny.
80s.
Yeah, but you can't even use it. Like only a third of the songs use the keytar.
Out of all the presenters, I like the Ubisoft one the best.
Well, they got rid of that guy for Sony, didn't they? The fun guy who like the blonde hair.
Yeah, no,
The
he was an
fun
actor anyways.
Adam?
No,
No,
The Adam guy?
no, he was
he was interesting
Kevin
to watch.
Butler?
Yeah,
Kevin
because
Butler.
he did an ad for a Microsoft something.
Oh,
and they're
yeah,
like, yeah,
I
fuck
saw
you.
that.
No,
you're
it was,
done.
it was a Wii thing.
Oh, it was a Wii.
Yeah,
no,
he
and
said
it
it
was
was
over.
over.
It was a Bridgestone commercial, and he was playing Wii in the
That's what it
background.
was. Yeah.
That's funny. That's
Anyways.
funny that they got rid of him.
So they showed Splinter Cell Blacklist right after that, which
That
looked
looks
pretty
fun.
cool.
I didn't really care about Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
I've
No,
never
but it
played
looks fun
Splinter
because
Yeah, but like I was like another Splinter Cell game. Come on,
I
let's-
never
let's bring-
really-
let's bring back Rainbow Six.
It
That
looks
was
better
fun.
than
Cell.
the
Let's
stupid,
let's bring back what's a SOCOM. I mean,
So no,
We should play Rainbow Six. I
SOCOM
wanna
was
play
never
No, but it
good.
looks better
I
than
never
Metal Gear
liked
Solid.
SOCOM.
Rainbow Six Vegas was
Yeah.
really good.
Free roaming Metal Gear Solid. Free
What is
roam.
this?
No, I'm saying free roam Metal Gear Solid.
That is what the fourth one is.
No, but I'm saying Splinter Cell.
Oh.
I don't play Splinter Cell.
Yeah, I never really enjoyed Splinter Cell. Anyways, after that was Rayman Legends,
Rayman.
2D platformer, like Origins basically.
Yeah.
Making Origins 2.
This
Or is that Rayman
pretty much
Legends?
like this.
Okay, never mind.
Rayman's origin story again.
Then
Retold.
the Mighty Quest of Epic Loot. It's a free-to-play game. Now you can join the beta if you go to themightyquest.com. It was for a free closed beta. Kind of reminds me of Castle Story concept, but just the building the castle part. Basically, you build a castle and then you have your loot, and people have to try and come into your castle with like their avatar and try and beat up all the minions and get through the traps to get your castle. But you can you do the same thing to their castles.
Question. Do you get to crash these castles?
He's the worst.
As in a
Anyways.
castle crashing.
The castle crasher.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyways,
Wow.
it looked kind of cool. The graphics were stylized. It's a
Catapults.
free-to-play game. Check it out. Like I said, free closed beta starting already.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
After that was South Park. They showed.
that game coming out yet or what?
That looked hilarious.
Yeah,
Which
nah,
game?
it's coming out this,
The South
this fall.
Park
I
game.
thought it was supposed to come out like.
I remember
soon.
the first one. The first one was so fun.
Yeah.
This game looks awesome.
No, but this
though.
is not like an RPG.
Oh, it's not like
You
a
know that?
first-person shooter. That they
No,
were-
no, no, no.
No, but
You've
it's
never
like
seen
it's like a
anything?
turn-based
No.
RPG. It's amazing. It
I'll
looks
show you
amazing.
something
Oh, this
afterwards.
was fun. Did you remember the first one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
So fucking fun.
I was so fucking sheltered when that game came out. It's so okay. You know when you steal the piss snowball?
The yellow
I had the
snowball.
Yellow
dumbest
snowballs.
like fucking mental like steps to what happened. I thought, oh, he fucking has a little package of cornflakes in a zippered pocket, and he fucking rolls the ball in cornflakes and throws at people.
That's what he
Because
did.
it was like a zipping noise
How
and a
young were you
crunching
then?
noise. I was probably like,
You were young because that came out when we were in
8.
high school, I think.
no, I'm only 2 years younger than you guys.
No, but we were just started. in
Yeah,
high
but I
school,
was probably like 5, like in
Yeah,
grade
you were
5
just
so I was like
finishing
9 or
elementary
10.
You're like 10, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long time
Fucking
ago.
funny game, the chicken gun, the cow gun.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
it's so dumb to think about now. I was like, I was so fucking sheltered. I was like, what is that? It's cornflakes.
This actually looks really good though. And anyways, all the games I mentioned up until now have either been for will either be for 360 or PS3.
Yeah.
Minus that's the free to play
Wow.
Mighty Quest or whatever. That's PC.
PC. Yeah.
After this, all of this is all next gen. So the first thing they showed was the Crew, which kind of seemed like a Midnight Club by another name, basically, or Fast and Furious the game. Okay, it's gonna come out early 2014, and it just seemed like every kind of driving environment in the United States, and it seemed like the entire map of the United States was
Which is
where
kinda
you can
cool.
drive, which is massive.
We go try to get dirt.
Okay, and anyway, so there's synergy between
Driving
single player and
through, like, these empty
multiplayer.
roads.
So you can seamlessly join a multiplayer thing or not. But you just invite your friends immediately, and you all just kind of do a mission together because they're your crew. Even if they're somewhere else in the United States, they just kind of teleport. Because it's a
I was
video
thinking
game.
about that for a game.
Teleportation.
Actually, I don't want to get off topic, but I had an idea for a game the other day, and it was about something similar to that.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So basically, there was all different types of cars to match the different types of environment, right? So you can have like a off road, like a 4x4, okay, but you might be racing like a high performance, like a tuner car or whatever. He'd be going along the road while the ATV guy just goes straight through, but he's going slower because he's hitting the dirt and stuff like that. But he's made to do it. So who would get faster? Who would get by
Probably
faster?
the car.
So you can actually take the car completely apart and rebuild it piece by piece if you want, which is ridiculous. It's like lots of detail. And you can actually make the car on an iPad and instantly
That's cool.
transport it to the game directly.
I might actually get this game because it's kind of my idea. So
It's kind of your
I don't
idea.
really
They
have to
stole
buy
it from you.
No, it's
Bastards
Not,
in
it's
his
an idea I had a
sleep.
little while ago, but
Anyways, after that they showed Watch Dogs. Graphics are fantastic, obviously.
yeah, I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, it looked really cool, but I'm sure a lot of people know about Watch Dogs.
I know a girl who's working on it actually.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to high school with her.
That's cool. After that, they showed Just Dance, 6 players, whatever. We're not really going to talk about that much.
Just dance.
Then there's Raving Rabbits. They're making a TV show
I don't
about
give a
that.
shit about Raving
Wow.
Rabbits.
What?
No, a TV show.
Raving Rabbits is
Yeah,
so
like a
fucking
Nicktoons
outplayed.
TV show.
God.
And it looks pretty retarded, but it's like for kids.
So it's like their only mascot now because that's all they have. Like,
No, Rayman. Rayman's a mascot.
but he's in
He's
Rabbits.
in Raven Rabbits.
Raving Rabbits is a
it's
Rayman.
it's a.
Yeah, but it came from him.
I know that, but the Raving Rabbits are their own mascot, as Rayman is his own mascot, even though they're an off-breed of each other.
Yes, but I feel like the rabbits are like to them seem more kid friendly than Rayman because no one really
Yeah, of
knows what
course.
Rayman is anymore.
Yeah. He has no neck. I can't.
He has no appendages. He's just floating. Like,
Yeah.
Hands
limbs.
and legs.
As a
Because
child,
back in the
I'm
day,
scared.
it was hard to make proper.
He's a
limbs.
T-shirt with hands and feet.
He's a ghost.
Anyways, it would work through Xbox One because I have an interactive game tied to the TV show, but it just seemed like an overlay for over the screen, so it was really cheesy. It was just for kids, anyways. After that, they showed Assassin's Creed 4, the pirates and stuff like that. Sorry. So what it seemed like in the trailer that they showed was that the assassins basically he killed someone to steal gold from him. Like, well, that's pretty much a pirate. Like, is that how the
That makes
assassins
sense.
are really gonna work? I'm like, they're kind of. It's not really. It fits pirates. It fits the way the game is supposed to be, but it doesn't really fit
But I remember
the series
from
motif.
from someone was telling me, it was like that could easily be where it starts from. You're just like a bounty hunter, and you're going
Switch
after
to
like
something else.
money, and then something happens to you.
Well, no,
which
this
But
means
is-
see,
you
that's the
die.
thing.
This
At
is
the
what I
end
was
of the
thinking.
trailer, well, let me finish. At the end of the trailer, in the pouch wasn't actually gold. It was like this mystery cube.
Well, it makes sense also because they have those
There's a portal
mysterious items in those games. Like
But I was
Yeah.
thinking, he's stealing things now because it's how far into the future after
No,
the
it's-
last one?
No, it's
After
17.
the last
It's 17 something, I think.
Yeah.
So it's
like-
a significant time after the...
yeah. So maybe
Like,
people
the Renaissance
forgot.
was something else.
That's it, but it's like, they know the Templars are after them, so now they're going into hiding.
Yeah, but this is
So
after
they-
the second, but before the third,
I know, but they need gold, right, to
maybe.
establish themselves. They need money to establish
Could be
themselves.
It's quite
Because they're
possible.
almost getting wiped out, right? After 2,
Yeah.
they were almost all wiped out after that. So this is just showing them getting money, trying to establish themselves as pirates.
Yeah.
Of the Caribbean.
Quotation marks.
The Pirates of the
Caribbean.
Assassin Bee.
After this, they
Pirates
showed.
of the Assassin's Creed.
After that, they showed Trials Fusion and Trials Frontier, which is the mobile version. Anyways, if you like Trials, new Trials.
I will be getting the mobile version.
No, I've never tried it in Trials.
The last game they showed was a third-person shooter, but it was like an MMORPG third-person shooter.
Oh, yeah, I
The
saw
that.
Division. It looked really, really
saw that.
cool.
I was interested in
Defiance?
that.
It's a Tom Clancy. It's a Tom Clancy game. It's
Really,
called The
Defiance
Division.
is very meh.
Defiance.
Yeah.
I played it. There was a free
Even-
weekend a
even
couple
as a
months,
show?
a couple
Like
weeks
it?
ago.
there's
Yeah,
a
it was
free
pretty
week
fun.
with it.
Oh, okay.
The show's really good though.
Yeah, the show's good. I haven't catched up
The
since I
show
watched the episode with you.
is good, but in the sense that I don't have to pay too much attention to it. I can
That's
watch
good, though.
it and
That's
enjoy
good.
it for what it is.
Yeah, no,
That's what I liked about
I
Buffy.
love that. I love that.
That's what I love about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Versus
I watched
versus
that.
fucking
That's
Game of Thrones, where I have to pay like 150% of my time.
Oh,
to
I'm
it.
reading the books now.
Yes.
Right? It's like
I'm listening to it.
I
I'm
found it
watching it.
working
And I'm
again.
like,
Fuck.
I don't
No,
understand.
that last
anything.
episode was very bland
I haven't-
compared to the last.
well, because
I
you can't top that. That's what I was like. They
Yeah.
should have like
Don't
No,
say anything.
I think
should have done
Don't
it
say
in reverse
anything
order.
to
You
me
could
either. I'm in season
because
2.
the story things happen simultaneously.
I
Things don't
think
happen,
the ending of it was fine because it's more like a season hiatus than it is a season finale
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's not even the end of the book. Anyways, we're not talking about that. The Division, okay, more massive draw distance. The world's falling apart. Whatever. Had a very slick presentation. Someone who's using a tablet or whatever to control a UAV, so more smart glass stuff. I feel like too many games are trying to do this second screen thing. There's a lot of scavenging. The game actually seems really fun, and it seemed like it just seemed like an MMO, but like kind of like you know,
side.
almost. You just kind of like do missions with your friends and stuff like that, but it was just a third person shooter.
Yeah.
It looked really slick. I urge you to check out the trailer because it looked really cool.
When I get home, I'm gonna look it up.
Now on to the Sony press conference because that was the last one of yesterday.